Peace, peace, peace. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to Natural Holistic Vibes. It's your host, your girl Ivy, checking in with you guys. I know it's been a minute, and we'll get into that in a little bit. I do want to say I actually recorded an episode, you guys, earlier this month in honor of my dad, and I think my emotions got the best of me, and I just never posted it, so I'm still gonna post that one as well. But yeah. Welcome, welcome. Y'all get in, take a seat, get comfortable, get chill. If you're get at work, just check in. I want you guys to tune in with me. I appreciate you for tuning in with me, rather. So, um, I decided to actually record. I was gonna go live and actually post this, but I said, let me just put it on the podcast, um, and then just share it there. And just depending on going, how the energy is going forward, I just might actually go live on either Facebook or Instagram. I'm not sure yet, but I'll let you guys know in advance if I do. But so let's have a chat, y'all. Let's have a chat. So I got a question for you. Are y'all feeling these energies? Hmm. Are y'all feeling these intense energies that are alchemizing or re-alchemizing, should I say? It has been quite intense. I don't know if everybody's been feeling it. I know I have, others that I listen to have, others that I know and around me have been feeling it. The energy has been intense, and I do want to let you guys know. So this episode is going to be um, navigating through this current energy and preparation for 2025. So, where do we begin, people? Like I said, the energy has been quite intense lately. Um, there's been a lot going on. I don't know if you guys are picking up, cosmically, there's a lot of energy at play here. Um, I do want to remind you guys that to trust the process. Okay? Trust the process. If you are tuned in with your highest self, if you're tuned in with the creator, if you're tuned in, then you're okay. You will have no problems because you understand what's going on. As long as you trust yourself, right? As long as you trust self, then it's just a matter of navigating through this energy the best way you can. And so, with the energies that are surfacing, it's a lot of planetary energies that are doing their thing. A couple planets, I believe, are retrograde or going to be going retrograde. We have this portal, this double moon portal. We have the Libra um, new moon coming up in a couple days. So we have a lot of energy that's playing out right here, and it's prepping us for 2025. Now, those in my little immediate circle, we have been chatting pretty much all year, on and off, and we've been discussing like the stuff that's going on currently, that's been going on all year, and really trying to remain neutral um, as we decode what's happening, because one of the things we want to keep in mind is that everything is symbolic. Everything is in codes. Everything is symbolic. And if we keep that in mind, it keeps us in the neutral point, meaning that we won't be too so emotional to where we're unable to see and understand what's going on and what we're supposed to do next. Like, what's the next move for us? It allows us to keep that clarity, the lines of clarity open. And that's what you want. You want the clarity so that You are in comprehension, you understand, and with that clarity, it keeps you confident rather than in fear. And so there's gonna be a lot of shit going down, y'all. I kid you not. A lot of shit going down coming shortly and in next year that is going to play on your fears. Okay, to play on your fears. You are not to fear shit that's happening. The only way that you should be in fear is that you are the participant of said thing that's trying to keep this fuck shit where it is. You should be in fear because this shit is done data. Now I know I am not the first to say it. I'm not gonna be the last to say that this ship has sunk. So just imagine, as I'm saying, this spirit's giving me the example of the Titanic, right? So the story that they give us with the Titanic is the unsinkable ship. Well, wasn't our country considered the most powerful country monetarily and military, right? And then on the Titanic, it hit this huge fucking iceberg, right? The iceberg should not have sunk the ship, but it did. Imagine hard water. Hard water sunk this unsinkable ship, or so to speak, unspeakable. My apologies, you guys. Purging and detoxing. So once the iceberg hit, it took a moment, one, for anybody to recognize, like the people. I'm not talking about the captain and the crew members that actually witnessed and knew what was happening. I'm talking about the rest of the fucking people that's on the ship. They don't know shit. They still fucking partying. Ain't that what's been going on? Only a few know and comprehend what's going on. And the rest out here just partying. Ignorance of what's happening. But over time, because it takes like a few hours, right, for this ship to finally actually start to sink. So just imagine how this shit is playing out the same way. It literally is playing out the same way. But because we subscribe to time, we think, oh, we see it, it should be instantaneously. And that's not how this place works. This place is denser energy. So the energy moves at a slower rate of speed, right? And because it moves at a slower rate of speed, it's what we call gravity. It keeps you from taking off. So imagine this right here. Now you've been told when you were a kid, right, that heat rises. So if there's heat on the ground, if you generate heat from the ground, that heat's gonna rise to the top. So you all have heated a room before, and you can tell it will heat the top before it comes down. So imagine how fast that's actually moving. We don't see it because it's happening in another form. I'll word it that way. So when this heat produces, it starts to rise. Well, it will be the same thing with us. As our heat rises, meaning you're generating at a faster rate of speed, then you will rise, aka ascend. And what that means is, and because we're ascending the consciousness, our state of consciousness, not our physical bodies, our state of consciousness. I want everybody to not mistake a lot of this shit, because some people, let's stick a pin there. I have to say this. Keep this in mind. Whatever rate of speed. So we're going to use these words for the sake of me trying to explain what it is that Spirit has been showing me and is explaining now. Because this is going to go even to how I'm able to comprehend, right? But the rate of speed at which you vibrate, right, that determines the rate of speed in which you take in and spit out information. So imagine somebody's trying to fax over a document. In order for that document to come over, it has to be at a certain rate of speed for the connection to pick up the imagery, the codes, to pass over to the next piece of equipment. So the rate of speed at which you understand information is the rate of speed in which you, or the rate of speed in which you take in information is the rate of speed in which you're going to spit out information. Keep that in mind as you're watching and listening to others, because that goes to the greater part of you being a decoder. Because sometimes people bring stuff in and it's at a denser rate of speed, and so because you're at a higher rate of speed, you have to decode it to the rate at which you take it in. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that they did not confuse anybody. Um, but let's talk about it if you do. If you agree, disagree, doesn't matter. Let's chat about it, because I really would love to hear other perspectives. I've been getting some pretty interesting channels on some things that I just, had you asked me this shit, I kid you not, had you asked me this shit 10, 15 years ago, I'd have been like, I don't know. For example, I was not a science person. Couldn't stand science. And now, today, I'm like, yeah, now I understand why science was important. Which math is science. I liked math, but not um, I think it was just biology. I ain't gonna even bullshit you. At the periodic table, I really, really, really wanted to understand that. And I feel like my teacher at the time, I was like, I literally told her, I was like, you failed me in this class. I did not learn anything. And I was really highly anticipating taking this course. This was in high school, my senior year. I was highly anticipating on taking this course because I really wanted to know and understand the periodic table. So, but that's neither here nor there. Um, so hold on one second. Shania, go home. Why are you way down here? Hold on, y'all. My apologies, y'all. My apologies. My little niece, she walked around the corner. I had to catch her. So, okay. Um, yeah. So we were talking about the rate in which we take in information and heat, and that was my sidebar. And so, what I wanted to get to is, again, there's a lot of energies that are at play. There's a lot of things that are getting ready to change, and you need to be mentally and emotionally prepared for the changes that are coming in, because these changes, one, are internal first, and they project externally. So what we're seeing externally is what's happening internally. So let me do my due diligence to explain this to you. So imagine, or if any of you guys over the past few years have been going through like heavy detoxes, drastic changes or major changes in the way you eat, the way you think, meaning processing information, your thought processing, um, your physical activity, what it is that you do to support you and your family. If you've done like complete 180s with these changes, then you'll understand a little bit better of what I'm talking about. But if you've been going through this and you just didn't know, oh, okay, that's why everything feels like it's falling apart. That's because it is. I'm gonna be the first person to explain it to you. I'm not the first person to explain it, but I'm gonna be the first. I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't gonna be the first to do shit. I'm gonna keep it real with you. It is, especially if everything in your external world looks like it's falling apart. You're losing everything. People, experiences, situations. Way of even making money to support you and your family. Like even the stuff you did before, just like not working, doors being closed, shut. That's because it is. So at some point in your life and in your journey, your soul remember to activate, to ask yourself, your higher self, why you're here. And when out of whatever thing that happened, when you were told why you were here, then you wanted to know, okay, then you started to go into the mindset of, well, something has to change, right? There's some kind of uncomfortableness that you've been experiencing that activated like a major change in your mindset first. So mentally you change something, and I'll tell you, for my husband and I had to remind him because I was reminded, okay, we were just like frustrated. When I tell you a 180, we went from truly genuinely supporting ourselves, not having to ask for, additional handout, um, just good space. And then we wanted to change everything. So not only did we want to change, we were changing. The way we started seeing this physical place changed. The way we started moving in this physical place changed. And so if my internal processes are changing, then everything on the outside has to reflect that change. And so to kind of give you an example of what I mean by that, so imagine you are unhealthy, right? And some people don't have to imagine, it's just your reality. And I'm just being honest. Don't shoot the messenger, baby. You're unhealthy. But one day you decide, let's say you have indigestion real bad or whatever that unhealthiness is bringing you major discomfort or has brought on illness. And now you're like, I'm done. I can't take this shit no more. I want to feel better. And you mean it with everything in your being. I want to feel better. I want to be healthy. I'm tired of feeling like this. Activation. Then what happens? You want to go back to the things that made you unhealthy, right? Let's say you get off work one day and you're uber tired, and for 3 weeks you have been doing really great at doing physical movement and eating differently, to reflect you. And this day you're just like, I'm just so exhausted, I'm tired. I have food in there, but I really just don't feel like cooking it, and I don't have anything to warm up. I'm just gonna stop at this fast food place. We ain't got to name none because they all fucking. Okay, all right. If you're not serving, fresh, healthy foods, like for real, it's unhealthy and it's killing people, and you guys know it. So, anywho, that's my little rant. So imagine, um, you go to your favorite fast food place, like this was your favorite place. Whenever you would want to get you some fast food, this is what you would always eat. Okay, but this day you go And the one that you always go to is closed. And it's like 4 p.m. in the daytime. The fuck? Why they closed? You go to another one and the line is twice as long as it normally is. Why? Because the other one's closed, right? You ain't thinking it at the time. You're just thinking, this was closed and this one got a long line. I'll try a different one. Let's say you go there, something else happens. So you see how all these doors are closing? Because you asked to clean out. In order to clean out, you gotta stop putting in what's making you sick in the first place. So you'll be rejected from things that you are trying to desire that are not good for you because your higher self is saying, no, remember, we want to feel better. Remember we said that we want to feel good. Remember, this doesn't make us feel good. Remember how this makes us feel? You finally, out of frustration, just say, man, fuck it, I'm just gonna go home and eat whatever I have in the kitchen. You get in the kitchen and I actually did have some leftovers. Or you felt better after you prepared your own meal. We can take it there, right? So these are what we're calling the internal wars, right? The internal wars. So this is cleaning the land. The body is the land, is a representation of the land. So if you're cleaning out the land, cleaning up the lands, cleaning out the body, right? Rejecting the things within the body and an internal system that no longer fit your model because you've changed blueprints now. You have a whole new model. And you're saying like, no, that negativity on that doesn't go there. Gossip doesn't fit in this blueprint. So anytime these things try to enter into your realm, it's going to be met with some rejection. And then if you get irritated by it, that's one indicator that matter of fact, irritation is an indicator, period, to just stop. Stop instantaneously, take a breath. 2, 3, 5, however many the fuck you need to take. Get yourself together before you even try to process the next thought about how you're feeling with whatever said irritation is. Right? So now you can address the irritation and realize that it's not irritation, it's something else. This is where we're getting to the point of cleansing and detoxing the emotional body. And we're going to see that really play out here in the next couple months. Start to like initiate. And then next year, you're really going to see it. And then this is what people are going to be calling like nervous breakdowns and people losing their shit and stuff like that. It's not that. It's not that. It's truly, genuinely having the band-aid ripped off the eyes. Because if you're in stagnation, that means something is not being generated. And oh, I will quote a wise professor, Professor Melanie. Shout out to you. Uh, Professor Melanie. You guys can check her out on YouTube. And Spiritual Ascension University as well. She had this really great quote that I swear it changed something in me. And this is when I was learning. I was learning about different moon phases and the different energies and how they express and how you harmonize that. And she said something that made me say, you know what? She's right. Because I remember things being done the hard way when I was ignorant to what I know now. And that stuff was stressful, not knowing. Now I'm in a more state of awareness. It's not stressful because I understand what's happening. I may not like it, but I understand it. But she said you could do it the easy way or you can do it the hard way. You can go with the harmony of the cycles, or you can be forced to do it. And when you're forced to do it, you ain't gonna like it. So when she said, I was like, yeah, because again, um, I remember being in those spaces, or being reminded of those spaces. So for me, I have to always take, even if I get frustrated, like today, for example, um, went to go work on a project, and normally the project is a night project, for a few hours. And so today the project said it was like 12 hours earlier, so it was like AM project. So I didn't know. So like an hour and a half later, I'm thinking I'm late, and get all the way to the location, and it's like, no, it's actually for tonight. Mind you, I had to catch a ride, y'all. So instantly, my emotional body got irritated. We expressed irritation. That is a beautiful red-tailed squirrel. Y'all ain't never seen that before. A red-tailed squirrel? Have y'all ever seen it? I'm gonna have to look that up, because I've literally never seen it. And butterflies always flying when I'm recording, which I love. So thank you guys. So irritation was creeping in, but I ain't gonna lie, y'all. The girl was fighting. I was like, don't get irritated. Don't worry about it. I mean, like the first, I was like, don't get mad. Don't get mad. Like you see the shit on TV, right? I was like, don't get mad. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. And then I was like, let's just go. And okay, got that little message. I'm like, I'm upset. I'm irritated now. So out of irritation, I'm starting to go off. I was like, no, let's chill. It's okay. This time I'll play it. If I feel like it later, then I'll do it. If not, then okay. Because I'm in control of it, right? So there should be no irritation. So once I've owned that, then I calm down. And then I riled up a little bit more. Y'all ain't gonna lie. And then just for a little hot second. But I had to tell you this part because it's important. Because the next thing I said was, I really need to be compensated for this. And I was about to message them that I think y'all need to compensate me extra for this. For my, I drove all the way. I had to get a ride, blah, blah, blah. I went to go check the message, and they were already like, we'll take care of it. You're good. So I'm like, okay, because I was about to have a little fit. But because I wanted to show you something. Because I didn't allow myself to stay in that irritation, I'm still being supported, right? And so this is the things that were what I was meaning by navigating through this energy, because there's a lot of energies at play. Okay, a lot of energies at play, and I'm not like an astrologer. Like, I'm not your go-to person for said planets transiting and doing all those things. I read the energy of what the planets are doing and expressing, from an astrological sense and a numerical sense, and then that's my mode of um, output, if that makes sense. um, so and that information does expand, by the way. So the energy that we're wanting to really navigate through is, again, there's going to be a lot of endings, a lot of transformation energy happening. Hi. A lot of transformation energy happening, a lot of um, energy that needs to close out in preparation for 2026, which is going to be a universal year one. Okay, so if you understand numerology, then you understand that 9 is represent the number of completion and transformation and death. It carries that energy with it. Also, for some reason, I have to look into this a little deeper, but When I think about the number 9 energy, I also want to associate it with Scorpio for some reason. And I don't know if it has to do with the similarities in how the energy is expressed or what the energy is expressing. Um, but yeah, so I feel like it's going to be some scorpionic energy in 2025. Hence, while we're prepping for that. Okay, so the energy of that is already here. We're already in this energy. So what we want to do, and I don't know, for some of y'all, we've been feeling it probably, I mean, to this intensity, probably the last few weeks maybe. But this energy has been doing this shift. I'll say since the end of April is when I noticed myself. End of April, beginning of May, where I noticed this, felt like this intense rebuilding internally, or breakdown internally. That's what I want to say. Breakdown internally. And so, yeah, we want to make sure that we're navigating with a light heart. You want to make sure that in each experience that you're having, that your final output is with a light heart. With a righteous light heart is what I heard. With a righteous light heart. And so that, I'm going to be honest with y'all. You can't fake this shit. You can't play delusional. Well, I thought I was being righteous. The fuck you did. Something came to you and told you, showed you. Somebody said it. You felt it. Every time you expressed it, it didn't feel right uh, from a frequency standpoint. So please be honest with yourself. That would be my number 2. Be honest with yourself. You know, don't get caught up in the distractions. I know I ain't the first person to tell y'all that. I ain't gonna be the last person. Do not get caught up in any distractions. How do I know what's a distraction? Anything that feels like it's pulling attention and energy away from you doing something more productive. And resting your body and your mind is productive. Okay? Just so we're on the same page. But sitting up gossiping about bullshit is not. Decoding is one thing, gossiping is a difference. Okay? The decoding, you're looking at the symbologies of what's happening, and you're putting the pieces together so you can read the story. Gossiping is actually having a fucking opinion about it. Again, everything is symbolic. We must make sure that we remain in that input and output, so that we are not reading the messages wrong. So we're not reading the codes incorrectly. Patience. Be patient not only with yourself, but with other people. You may be in a different reality than they are. And I'm dead ass serious. So just trying to explain and express certain things is going to go over their heads. Be patient. How you know you're not the person giving them the codes for that? Right? Just be patient. Keep an open mind. Don't be so closed-minded to the things that's going on that you really start creating this delusion about yourself, about your reality, rather, about your world. Don't move in delusion, y'all. Be honest with yourself. And this is all a part of trusting the process, by the way. Slow down. Slow down and observe. Don't get caught up in doing too much. This coming holiday season. Caterpillar. So a red-tailed squirrel and a caterpillar. white butterfly and a yellow butterfly, orange and black butterfly. Don't get caught up in the holiday frenzy, so to speak. Stress. Don't do it. No need to. Really. Again, everything has to be destroyed from the land of illusion. And with that destruction, we all said we've had enough. We want to know the truth. The truth is been exposing itself for some of us long before we were even here. Allow the truth to expose itself without getting so emotional, because that will stop you from getting the rest of the story, and then you just got a piece of the story. You don't have the whole thing. So mind your emotions. Mind your emotions. Nothing working is stressing and blah. I know. Trust me. If I told you, like, when I'm just gonna go and tell y'all, like, my situation has been quite fucking interesting since 2022. Like, I'm dead ass serious. And it has literally been one of the biggest lessons and biggest parts of transformation for me, is to sit in observation and allow these changes to take place. And once they do, I feel like a whole new person. Serious. So as I've been taking these codes in and transforming that energy, manipulating it to higher transmissions of energy, I've been noticing the change. Now, here's the thing. One of the things that helped me was I noticed, so this was probably when we were in universal year 6. This is when I started really understanding numerology a lot more. So I said, okay, year 6. Then I looked at my personal year. So what I do is I like to take the two and harmonize them to see how that year is going to play out for me specifically, based off what's going on in the world, and then what's going on the outer world, and versus what's going on in the inner world. Right? So that's kind of how I look at it. The universal year is like the outer world. Personal is like your inner world shit, right? And so coming into this year, I knew, okay, we're going to have, with dealing with that A energy, here's the higher frequencies of the energy. So these are the codes that we want to, integrate with. And I kid you not, it has toned me down emotionally. I was one of those people that would just pop out. Like, it's like, it take me a minute to pop out, but when I do, it's like fiery. You know what I'm saying? Like, it take me a little minute to calm down. I didn't like how I would do that just with, like, the smallest shit, y'all. Just so irritated over the smallest shit. So that's what prompted me to want to change. So these codes started coming in. So yes, and I'm harmonizing, integrating the energy, the codes, so that I can move in a higher emotional frequency, right? In a higher space of that. And so, hey, hello, hey there. It's okay. Well, hey, it looks like he wants to play. Hey, if I wasn't recording, y'all, I'd have went over there. I like dogs. So anywho, yeah, we're talking about navigating through this energy and noticing the inner world and the outer world is breaking down. So with the inner world, what I noticed was I started detoxing and cleansing, right? Food habits changed. I left my corporate job in 2018, August of 2018 to be exact, and that eight anyway. Um, and after that, my eating changed dramatically, and it's like I was already in a halfway of how I was eating, and then it's just changed dramatically, and I wanted to fast forward, y'all. So doing all this internal work, learning all this stuff, And my husband and I, we were starting to get frustrated, and Spirit reminded me, you asked for this. And so it was just different flashes and images of different times and moments where we spoke on the type of lifestyle we wanted to have, that we were going to have. We wasn't speaking like, I want to have this. It was like, no, this is the lifestyle we're going to have. This is how we're going to be. This is how we're going to be traveling. This is how we're going to, start moving going forward. This is how we're going to start thinking going forward. And when I saw that, I said, well, damn, no, it makes sense. All the way I was thinking before. So let's just say, for example, and it like not a fictitious example. So, for example, my ideology around wealth and money is nowhere near where it is now. So the lifestyle I was living didn't match the old code because it had a distorted uh, perception of what true wealth really was. And so when we wrote our stuff, that like we were diligent, like we wrote it down. This is how it's gonna be, Bob. This is what we want, like cars, house, all that good stuff, right? And when after it took about a year for me to recognize, oh shit, that's what's happening. We're purging and cleansing and going through the most, y'all. We have been going through the most. And in that, it was like, yes, this is the tear down. This is the flush out of what you're detoxing, right? So the mentality is detoxing. The mind body is consciousness is detoxing. The emotional body is detoxing. The physical body is detoxing, and this is what it looks like externally. And so the way we were living and where we were living and how we were living changed. And I mean, like it's almost like it was like we had to rebuild the foundation is what I heard rather. Rebuilding the foundation. And so when you're rebuilding the foundation, you have to start from the slab. You got to lay the cement down. Like once you have picked your spot, right, and cleaned out the area, which means you had to clean out the grass and the weeds and the rocks and whatever debris is right there. Hence the detox. Then you have to lay down your cement or whatever it is that you use to create your foundation. Those are your new values, your new thoughts, your new habits, your new way of expressing, new way of doing things, right? And as you start to lay the bricks, each brick is going to be those actionary things that you take to build your whatever it is that you're building, your palace, your kingdom, I hope that makes sense. So if you keep that in mind, then anything about a presidential election, anything about fucking aliens, anything about UFOs, anything that's literally trying to rob you of your energetic power by trying to plant the seed of fear. Let that shit literally go the fuck over your head. Detox it out of your system now, y'all. Because they're going to play on those fears come next year. They're going to play on those fears. So you don't want to get caught in a frequency transmission of fear and caught in that transmission and feeling trapped when you know different. Does that make sense? So you don't even, let's just say for argument's sake, you're like somebody who's like, yeah, I don't follow that moon shit and the astrology. I've literally had people tell me that I don't believe in all that. I was like, oh, you don't have to. We can read this energetically. Don't ever have to bring in astrology, numerology. Don't have to bring none of that shit in there. Gonna still tell you the same story. right? Because that's what it's about. It's not about debating and arguing, creating a distraction over who knows what at the best rate of speed. Like, this is ridiculous. So don't get caught in the distractions. The Super Bowl is going to be a huge distraction for some. I want a sick opinion. When I utilize the word distraction, I'm meaning if you can't partake in said information at the rate of decoding it only, without attaching your emotions and your emotional body to it. That's what I'm referring to by distraction. So some people have taken this current situation with the rapper and they're creating it as a distraction, not as a let's decode this and see what's going on. Let's see what spirit is saying. Let's see what the universe is showing us. Because when you look at it from a bigger space, from a cosmic space, then you understand that there's going to be a lot of foundations that collapse. A lot of systems and foundations are going to fall. That's just, we're in an energy where that has to be, because no people are not liking the old blueprint anymore. So we're creating a new blueprint so that we can start operating from that blueprint. Okay? So you want to remain in your highest vibration as much as possible. And one of the cheap ways to be able to do that is to make sure that your self-care regimen is top priority. I'm going to repeat that because some of us need to hear that more than once. Okay? Self-care is your top priority right now. That means that when spirit tells you to rest, rest. Don't complain and bitch about the fact that you got to rest. It's one thing you're resting, there's nothing you're resting too much. That's lazy. I'm not talking about lazy. We're talking about resting. Take a 3-day short trip away. Do it. Because these promptings that you get, right, are going to be the things that you utilize to recharge your being, to help you for whatever you got coming in next. So make sure you're paying attention to these things. And you're going to understand more so why. You're going to understand more so why later down the line, because we're having to, again, we're creating a different blueprint. We're coming out of what we're calling patriarchal energy, right? Masculine dominant ran systems, and we're balancing it out, balancing these systems with feminine patriarchal energy, or harmonizing systems. So even though, hey yellow butterfly, even though some systems will go away, their entire blueprint won't go away, because some pieces of the blueprint work. It's just that it's been utilized abusively, right? So it's about bringing in the feminine aspect energetically to the system itself, to this reality. So self-care is going to be a priority. And so whatever your self-care is, just do the best you can to stick to it. Because these things, any vices you have that cause you to go cray-cray, do your due diligence to detox from that. This is the energy to do so it'll be in alignment, right? Because what you don't want to happen is when shit starts to turn up and those internal fears that you have not acknowledged, addressed, start to surface in its shadow form. and create more destruction, in your life and in your world, internal or external, So do your due diligence to, detox from those vices. And that can be even being on your phone. Like, we have to get to a point, or we're going to a point to where things will be metered, and I use that word not from a sense of like somebody else will be able to cap out your meter. Look at dogs scare me. Dogs don't normally scare me, y'all. No, it's okay. I was recording and wasn't paying attention. So, oh, okay. So, yeah. Ooh, that is a big white, what you call that? A white husky. And he didn't bark aggressively, y'all. He just got a big ass bark. Tell you the truth. Made my little heart jump. Um, But yeah, so just make sure. Let me get back on point. Just make sure that you're staying in as high vibration as possible. Devices, making sure you can, do your due diligence to detox. Whether it be your spirit's telling you to detox completely off, or to meter, how you utilize said vices. If they're not like, y'all know what I mean. So, because that's a whole nother thing. I don't get into that. My theory on vices and how some people, they affect them differently. But that's a topic for another day. So, um, but again, so another thing is to, like I said, don't this winter. We want to make sure we're taking it easy. Last winter, a lot of people were doing the most. That is not the time to do the most. Okay? So, if you don't know what I mean by that, look up uh, the seasons, the cycles of seasons, and ask Spirit to break down and give you comprehension on how that relates to us and how we cycle through the seasons as well. Like, what's the harmonic coding to cycle, so that you're in harmony with those with nature. So yeah, so we want to make sure that we start working on this now before we get into 2025, because again, the energies, we've been picking up on the energy a few weeks. And actually, now that I think about it, it was actually in August. There was like this intense irritation, and we could not understand it was just intense. But as we've been, not getting irritated or not staying in the irritation, we've been noticing fast tracks, a fast forward movement. So that was the point I wanted to get to. You want to remain in the highest vibration as possible so that you're on the highest timeline. You don't want to get caught in the cycle of a fucked up ass timeline, you know, because you're simply choosing to not shift. Okay. So you don't want it to come the hard way. Like I said, it could be, you know, really devastating for some people. So know that you guys have support out here. This is us still navigating through this current energy. And I say navigating through this current energy up through 2025. Know you have support out here. Don't be too prideful or too shameful, okay? Or too fearful. These are the three blockages that will keep you from reaching out, okay, for assistance when your soul and your spirit is telling you to call so and so, text such and such, message this group, message this person, book this service. You just do it. You can't argue with the other side of something that's unknown. Okay? So keep that in mind. Um, know that you have support out here. There are people that can help you mentally um, get into a more harmonic balance with yourself. There are people here that can help you spiritually get into a more harmonic balance with yourself. And there are people here that can help you physically and integrate the three or all aspects of whatever it is that you need help with. I'm almost willing to bet you can Google it, search it on some platform. There's somebody there that has the information for you. Ask your spirit to guide you to that person or individuals or business or company or service, product, whatever it may be. So know that you have support out here. Yeah, but when I go to book the support, go to book this serving, like this coaching, or I really need to get a reading, or whatever it is, I only got $100, and this service costs $120. Reach out. You never know how somebody will work with you. You never know until you ask, and get comfortable with no. This will help you with the emotional body. This helps you keep from taking things so fucking personal all the damn time. Get comfortable with no. So go and just ask. It's only two answers. Yes or no. Okay? If you are leaning to the yes, and you get the no, then you're heartbroken and disappointed. See, don't even put that on yourself. Use it as practice. Utilize it as practice. So, and then like I said, so know you have support out there. Reach out. Um, I know it's tough, y'all. I know it's tough. I know. And I know some of y'all don't have anybody you can talk to or connect with or any of that. I'm here to tell you that there's people out there waiting to connect with you, want to connect with you. But in order to do that, you have to remove that space in your heart that's blocking them from coming in. And that's the way you feel about the way people have done you up until now. Have to let it go. Or you can stay in that same state and just deal with a heavy heart. It's your choice. Okay. And so, like I said, for 2025, this is just going to be a preview for 2025. I'm not going to go into everything right now at this moment. But just know that next year, universal year, there's going to be a lot of major changes, a lot of shit's happening. Just prepare now so that you're not caught off guard or feeling like you're caught off guard. Just go ahead and start working towards that now. Then this way you don't have to, feel like, okay, my whole life is coming to a fucking end. Cause I'm gonna tell you now, if you say it to me or anybody else that's on this frequency, we're gonna tell you yes. Yes it is. Enjoy the ride. Hang on. Because if you've requested the codes to make said changes, you have them. And so there's an agreement there. You just got to get the emotional body on board by shifting the consciousness, by changing the way you process information, really working to process the information from a higher frequency. Fast track to the higher timelines, y'all. Do not get stuck in these lower timelines. And I say that even for myself. Do not get stuck in these lower timelines. Okay? Stay resilient, stay vigilant. When you want to connect socially, make sure you're connecting with other like-minded individuals. Keep the frequency high, right? Because again, going into next year, we're probably going to need to be more community oriented more than any other point in our life cycle, in our lifetimes. We're gonna have to move more community oriented. We're gonna have to really be here helping each other, really supporting each other, genuinely from an open heart space. These are the codes that are coming in. And I'll just share some of the numerical codes that I've seen. Y'all let me know what y'all been picking up, you know what I'm saying? But, of course, 1111, of course, those, I start with the 4 digits. I've seen 3333. I've seen 4 4s, 4 8s, 4 9s. And then when it comes to the 3 digits, I've seen all the codes. When it comes to the 2 digits, I've seen all the codes except 66, I believe. Um, and then some other random codes where this is where I gotta start, where I'm gonna do my expansive study, because I've been picking up some codes and I'm like, this mean, I've been seeing numbers. I'm like, this should mean something, because I keep seeing the same numbers, like 618. I was watching Esoteric Wisdom on YouTube, and he posted something, and at the top, and I had to remember, I don't remember what it is now, but at the top it had 618, but it had to do with esoteric occult information. And I was like, oh my God, with metaphysics. I was like, you know what? That makes sense why I've been seeing that code. So that's what I mean by that, right? Ask and ye shall receive. So yeah, we're prepping for 2025, y'all. It's going to be quite an interesting space for a lot of people. Um, yeah, just hang in there, y'all. Hang in there. Before I go, I'm going to do my little promotions here. Because your girl been working on some stuff, and I'm proud of myself because now I'm able to pull integration in between the two, the physical and the spiritual. It's been quite interesting, but I'm grateful. So I'm happy to announce that I'm getting back to doing the readings. So readings are going to be opening up soon. I know my website is down, y'all. Forgive me. I had literally spirit called me to take a sit down. I've been sat down since the beginning of August, I believe. Like August 12th. I can damn near give you the date. Like August 12th, I've been sat down since. And so um, I'm just now getting that information I need for my next steps. So I do want to say I thank you guys for being patient and hanging in there, not checking out on me. Shout out to the people who reached out to me. Black Mamba, y'all go check her out. Dope sister, dope podcast. Go check her out. Um, yeah, the people have checked on me. Love Naturally. Um, and she just changed her name, by the way. I love it. Yeah, make sure you check these beautiful souls out, you guys. Check out their products and their services. Check them out. Um, but yeah, see how I be doing, y'all. I'm giving y'all my promotions, and it's all good. It's my nature. It's my nature. But yeah, so spiritual readings and natal chart sessions will be opening up here soon. Once I have the date, then I will announce that on Naturally Holistic Vibes. So make sure that you're checked in. at Natural Holistic Vibes on Instagram, Facebook. That's where I do most of my postings. Um, so check me out on those two platforms. Um, so you can know when those sessions are going to start. And I've been prompted to open those sessions back up and to really get back to promoting them because, again, the energy is needed. We're coming into a space where people like myself, our services and our products are going to be highly requested and sought after. So, now coming into going through 2025 actually. Um, and then the other thing is drum roll. Brrr. I decided to get licensed in life insurance. Yes, 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 yes. Woo! Ching, 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 ching. That's my celebration stuff in the backyard. Woo! Yes. And so I'm licensed in the state of Tennessee. So yeah, still doing my training and everything right now. But if you or someone you know um, needs advisement or counseling on that, please make sure to hit me up. Um, my company, the company that I want you to look up under, is going to be called Wealth Building. If you go to Facebook or if you go to my page, you'll see it under there. It's at Wealth Building on Facebook and on LinkedIn as well. So yeah, check your girl out. If you guys I have some stuff coming up here shortly within the next week or so where I'm going to be presenting some information to you guys. We need to get educated on what true wealth is. And it's not just finances. It's not just money. So I want to make sure we keep like I said, keep an open mind, y'all. It's not just money. It's not what wealth even decodes to. So, yeah, once the reason why I say it's going to be a week or two, because I have to find my notes. And once I get my notes out, then I'm going to be presenting the information to you guys. So, yeah, if you or somebody you're looking to, invest into like into yourself by securing your assets, protecting your assets. Make sure to DM me. Go check me out at Wealth Building on Facebook and on LinkedIn. You can also find me on LinkedIn under Ivy Flowers as well. So, and you'll see I have Ganesh in the back. You'll see me on the I'm not sure how many Ivy Flowers on LinkedIn, but I'm sure it's quite a few. But you'll see me on there. So yeah, make sure you reach out to me so I can help you out. If you're someone who's looking to, get into this, maybe you thought about it and just never took the next step. It crossed your mind, crossed your path. Make sure to send me a DM me so we can talk. You know what I'm saying? We can have a chat and see what we got for you. So those are my announcements for today. I do want you guys be easy on yourself. I know the last few episodes that I've recorded, that has been the theme, to just be easy on yourself. Don't take things so hard. People, places, things, experiences, situations. Just be easy. Vibrate as high as you can and take care of yourself the best way you can. Okay? The best way you can. If you simply don't have it in that moment, do not beat yourself up. Magnetize it to yourself. Do what you need to do in that moment until it's brought forth to you. Right? So, yes. All right, you guys. It's been love. It's been real. I'm glad you guys are still hanging in there with me. I really enjoy making this little episode, so tell me what you guys think. Leave me a review, couple reviews, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Send me some messages, comments, likes, dislikes. Let me know what's on your mind, on your heart. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it because it's a lot going on here, and I don't prelude to think that I know everything, and I really do enjoy the perceptions of other like-minded individuals because it allows me to continue to expand on said thing. Okay. All right. So y'all enter into this next 7 cycles. I'm trying to stop using days and weeks, but these next 7 cycles, and I'm trying to navigate in as highest vibration as you can. I'm sending y'all love out there and sending y'all some peace. It's your girl signing off, Ivy, at Naturalistic Vibes. I'm out.